Welcome back to our PCM 25 career mode with Siroko for endurance. Last episode we put our team back on the map with two nice victories, Stage 3 of Tour de Suisse and the Spanish ITT, allowing us to finally move up in the World Tour ranking to P23. But after that episode I decided to ride the road races of the National Championships off camera, and we were pretty successful in one of them, the Slovakian NC. The start list was pretty small and not too many teams to control, so I decided to go in the breakaway. And to be honest, halfway the race the gap was 20 minutes, so the break was winning. Around 40k from the finish, I attacked the breakaway multiple times and I was gone. So yeah, at the finish line, Matthias Schwarzbacher was crowned National Champion of Slovakia for the second time. But okay, now it's time for a massive challenge for this team. We're taking on the Tour de France 2026, our third Grand Tour in the series, and well, I'm not sure my team is ready for it. We are taking on the 2022 edition of the Tour de France, which is one I haven't done too much on PCM, so I am looking forward to it. Especially the cobble stage on stage 5 and the mythical stage 11 to Col du Granon. That was such a good race in real life. And also one day later, Alpe d'Huez. And the last mountain stage across the Col du Bisque to Otakam. Genuinely, I can't wait to get started. I don't think this will come as a surprise, but Ivan Romeo will be our leader in this race. But I most likely won't go for GC because I don't think we can, so stage hunting is my plan. The same counts for Matthias Kopecky. A podium in a stage and a sprint would already be fantastic. And the rest of our team is here simply in support of those two leaders, but what is up? KICKR Mintegi low motivation, bro. It's the Tour de France. And Hector Alvarez, gastroenteritis, what are you doing? You had one job, get in shape for the Tour de France. Anyway, stage 1 is a 13.7 kilometer time trial, so Ivan Romeo time. But Filippo Ganna, Tadej Pogacar, Joshua Tarling are all here, so I kind of feel like a top 5 would already be solid. Anyway, it's time to start the Tour de France 2026. So, I'm doing a bit of a test run with Andro Kamika, but this time trial is actually quite simple because it's only 13 kilometers, so you simply cannot spend your entire yellow bar. It's all about going above 85 to spend your red bar appropriately. So I think I know my game plan for Romeo. Here we go, our man is on the road, Ivan Romeo, Spanish champion, going on 86 as we speak, but he's won many time trials already in his career, but now it's on the big stage. Now it's at the Tour de France. Let's take a look. The first time check is coming. 4th place for Romeo, so that's pretty solid. In the final stretch, come on Ivan, 2nd place, 23 seconds. But of course, there's a few more riders on the road. It looks like Ganna will win. Yes, indeed. 8 seconds on Tarling. But Romeo is still on the podium with one rider left. There comes Tadej Pogacar and he gets 4th, so our first podium. There we go. Filippo Ganna wins, but Ivan Romeo on the podium of the Tour de France on stage number 1. That is what we're talking about. It's not a victory, but I'm super happy. I'm sorry, but 77 time trial with pretty terrible secondaries, beating 79 time trial with godlike secondaries. Is Tadej Pogacar washed? Most likely not, but I'll enjoy my podium either way. Oh la 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 la, 110 UCI points for 3rd place. Can you taste that? It tastes amazing! Anyway, time for stage 2 then, a sprint stage with some echelon possibilities in the final 15 kilometers, but there's top sprinters here. Jonathan Milan, Jasper Philipsen, Tim Merlier, so good luck, Matthias Kopecky. With 74 sprint, I think I'm already happy with the top 10. Oh snap, starting off with a +2 on the day on Kopecky, so 76 sprint, that is welcome. By the way, it looks like Hector Alvarez is already healed from his gastro illness, so that is good. So wait, because Filippo Ganna is wearing the yellow jersey, Tarling is wearing the green jersey on his behalf, but Tarling can't wear 2 jerseys, so Ivan Romeo is wearing white. I'm not complaining. So, in the last 14k, and the echelon zone is coming up pretty soon, so let's get our team ready for that Copenhagen bridge. Here we go, onto the bridge. Lopez is already done for. Tercero takes over with 19 kilometers to go, and I've got my entire train at the... Oh my god, echelons! Echelons everywhere! I can't believe it! It's happening! I truly can't believe that our team of tiny climbers from Spain is pulling an echelon right now at the Tour de France. Fernando Tercero with Mintegi in the wheel, 4 more riders behind that. We are cooking. Just keep on pushing, boys. Tercero, keep on pushing. 13k to go. Group of 37. We want to keep it that way. In the last 10 kilometers, KICKR Mintegi takes over. Tercero out of the way. Lopez as well. You guys can all go. Your work is done. Last 3.5 kilometers. Romeo is going ham as we speak. Schwarzbacher in the wheel. There he goes. Jasper Stuyven with a late attack. What is he doing? Schwarzbacher looking fantastic when it comes to the lead out. 2 kilometers to go. There you go, Schwarzbacher. Kopecky in the wheel. Come on, man. man, against Merlier, against Milan, against Philipsen. There goes Kopecky. Philipsen in the wheel. Kopecky. No. Why did I believe? Why did I believe we could do this? He's so slow compared to the others. Matthias Kopecky with a pretty fantastic 5th place. That was a glorious last 15k, by the way, all the way from the echelons to the sprint, won by Jasper Philipsen with Matthias Kopecky coming in 5th. And actually, Joshua Tarling lost some time, so Ivan Romeo moves up to 2nd place at the Tour. And during the stage, he was wearing the white jersey on behalf of Joshua Tarling, but that's not the case anymore. Ivan Romeo is in the white jersey. I must confess, after our struggle at the Giro, I did not know what to expect from this Tour de France, but so far, a podium and a 5th place and in the white jersey, so it's going pretty well. But actually, we have to do even better. We have to win a stage at the Tour de France because, well, it's a sponsor objective. Now, I don't expect to win stage 3 because it is a pure flat sprint. Once again, I'll be happy with a top 10. In the last 10 kilometers, Mintegi is leading our sprint train, a 5-man sprint train with obviously Kopecky in last wheel, and we're looking pretty solid. Come on, 6.3 kilometers. Alvarez is ready to launch when Mintegi is done for. Actually, I'll launch right now. Mintegi out of the way, buddy, out of the way. Romeo is ready. Energy Gel a bit too late on Schwarzbacher, but looking solid for Kopecky. 4 kilometers to go. Come on, guys. Romeo is ready. There we go. He launches with 3 kilometers to go. Alvarez out of the way, my friend. Schwarzbacher is ready, but I will launch with Romeo right now. Schwarzbacher in the wheel will launch right now. Kopecky in that wheel. Come on, team. Pretty solid lead out. There goes Kopecky, but I think I launched a little bit too late. Maybe a top 10? I don't think I will. The winner is Jonathan Milan, and Matthias Kopecky finishes 13th. I would say our lead out did look pretty good, but in the last 2 kilometers, Matthias Kopecky was simply bleeding red, so he didn't have it anymore in the sprint. I think in Pro Cycling Manager, stage 4 will simply be an echelon sprint, but in real life, this was an epic stage. Jumbo-Visma launching it, Wout van Aert attacking, going solo in the yellow jersey and winning. Our plans are a bit more simple than that. Matthias Kopecky for a potential top 10. This time Matthias Kopecky starts with a +1 on the day, so 75 hill stat, 75 sprint. But I don't think that hill stat will matter too much because that small climb isn't gonna do much. It's all about the echelons and the sprint. The echelon segment is about to begin, or has it already started? I don't know. 46 wins, so hopefully I can split it. It is somewhat open in this area, so hopefully this is the moment it can split. The peloton is very much lined out, and are there splits? There's a couple of gaps here, but they're closing again. Actually, there's now a proper gap. 37 riders of the front, come on. Keep going, boys. On to the climb as we speak. Cap Blané, but I expect the peloton to come back together on this climb, but I'm trying to keep up the tempo towards the top to then hammer it downhill and maybe split the peloton again. Yes, indeed, that's what I'm talking about. 23 riders of the front and lots of riders of my team. A couple of sprinters trying to solo bridge and they're actually succeeding, but they're spending so much energy doing so. There's 8.5 kilometers left, so let's just go 95 on Mintegi. Let's get our sprint ready. Come on, team. 4.7 kilometers to go into these corners. Romeo in second wheel. I don't want to talk too early, but it's looking really good right now. 3 kilometers to go. There goes Ivan Romeo with a fantastic lead out as we speak. Schwarzbacher in second wheel, ready to launch before this corner. There goes Schwarzbacher. Matthias Kopecky in the wheel. Come on, man. This is the moment. This is the moment. There goes Kopecky. There goes Kopecky. Pogacar on the left. Matthias Kopecky. Matthias Kopecky does it. We win a Tour de France stage. Stage 4 is ours. Matthias Kopecky once again delivers. I cannot believe it. What a victory. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What a win, man. What a win. And there it is, Siroko for Endurance on the podium of the biggest race in the world. Dunkerque to Calais, stage 4 is for Matthias Kopecky, beating Tadej Pogacar and Matthias Schwarzbacher on the line. What a finish. Ivan Romeo did lose some time, it seems, because Pogacar jumped over him in GC, but we're not here for GC anyway, so I don't care. My goal for the stage was simple. I wanted a top 10, but Matthias Kopecky delivered so much more. He delivered a stage victory. He joined our team and it started off pretty badly because our man got injured pretty quickly. Had to skip the entire cobble season. But he came back from that injury with a World Tour win at the Tour de Suisse. And now delivers his second stage win for the team at the Tour de France. And I said it earlier, that was a sponsor objective for our team, so our sponsors are very happy. And so am I. But, of course, the Tour de France is not over yet. Stage 5 is here and it's a pretty big one. The cobble stage. Mathieu van der Poel is the favorite, Tadej Pogacar and so forth. Our best rider for this is most likely Matthias Kopetzky, but with 74 cobble stat, I'm not sure I'll be competitive. Lots of riders trying to jump into the breakaway, and actually I'll try to do the same with Okamika and Schwarzbacher. 2 riders would be great. Okay, the peloton seems to be sitting up and the breakaway is 15 riders, so this is looking pretty good. Just about halfway the race and Stefan Kung, Vermeersch and Bissiger are attacking from the peloton, and actually the gap from the peloton to the first breakaway is only 1 minute now, so it's closing down. I don't think Schwarzbacher is gonna make it too far here. So the group of Bissiger has made it to the front of the race with 50 kilometers to go, and we have reached the cobble sectors of the race. As you can see here, oh, a puncture for Mr. Capron, but Schwarzbacher needs to go 89 just to follow. Actually, he's getting dropped by riding 88. Come on, get in the wheel, buddy. And to be honest, I'm kind of fine with Schwarzbacher getting dropped from this breakaway because, well, the peloton is right behind, so I might as well wait on this group and sit together with Kopetzky with him. Anyway, 33 kilometers to go. The longest sector is starting as we speak. The breakaway has been caught, so it's all down to Kopetzky, Romeo and Schwarzbacher for us, which that's fine. We've got Jonathan Milan pacing and we're in the wheel. I am spending quite a bit of my yellow bar on Kopetzky, and to be honest, I should consider losing time with Romeo today so we can go in the breakaway on the coming mountain stages, but I kind of want to keep him to protect Kopetzky as long as possible because that's our man for today. Come on, 17k to go, 2 more cobble sectors. Schwarzbacher is here for Kopetzky. Romeo is now protecting Schwarzbacher, who's leading the charge, but it's all about making sure Matthias Kopetzky survives, and I think that was a puncture by Jonathan Milan, so that's pretty good. Yes, Jonathan Milan is on a minute of the front of the race and he ain't coming back, so 12k to go, 1 more cobble sector, and my boys are looking, well, Schwarzbacher is almost done for. It's all down to Matthias Kopetzky. Oh snap, we've got some attacks. Jasper Philipsen, Warenskjold and Turner, 25 seconds on the group with Kopetzky, and there's not much I can do. It's all about survival here, so I'm just hoping they get caught. On this last cobble sector, not exactly a perfect position. My guy is struggling. I don't have the energy, but I'm still in the group. Schwarzbacher is done for. We are alone with Kopetzky, but we made it in the group, but there's still riders ahead. Mathieu van der Poel is now trying to bridge to those 3 riders with 2 kilometers to go. I'm in the group behind in the wheel of Olaf Kool. Let's make the wheel of Filippo Ganna my goal. Here I'm spending red bar just to do that. We won't win today, that's for sure, but at least we're remotely competitive. There comes Kopetzky, but the winner is going to be Olaf Koy and a top 10 position for Matthias Kopetzky, which I'm actually pretty happy with because that was a really hard race. Brutal. But of course, as we expected, Ivan Romeo is losing time today, and that's fine because this will allow us to go in the breakaway on mountain stages to come and perhaps go for a breakaway stage. The winner was actually Olaf Koy and we finished 8th in the end, so that's solid. Ivan Romeo drops out of GC and he's now on 24th on 4 minutes 26, so perfect for the breakaway. Ooh, stage 6 is a puncher stage with 3 small climbs at the finish, and Tadej Pogacar is the favorite. I don't think this is a breakaway stage, but I do plan to go for Ivan Romeo, maybe from the peloton. But I don't think we'll get much more than a top 10 here. Wait a second, Matthias Kopetzky with a +2 on the day, so 77 hill stat. Is that an opportunity for this final? I'm not sure, but it could be possible. So, in the last 27 kilometers and the final climbs are coming, the break is about a minute ahead, so they will be caught and Kopetzky will be my man. I've decided. On a punchy parkour like this, positioning is super important, so Alvarez is trying to keep us at the front the entire final on the first of the 3 climbs and surviving this one quite well. On the second climb now, Hector Alvarez still at the front of the group and we've got a move on the right by Rune Hergots trying to position UAE Team Emirates, so let's try and stay in the wheel. There we go, over the top and back down to 85 to make sure we don't spend too much energy. 5.3 kilometers to go now, 1 uphill to the finish coming up. First they descend and we are still at the front of the peloton, so we're looking good. 2.7 kilometers to go, come on Matthias Schwarzbacher, Lopez in the wheel launches right now on 97. Is that too much? I'm not sure, but I'm doing it anyway. Romeo in the wheel is ready to launch as well with 1 kilometer to go. Let's do that right now. We've got Kopetzky in the wheel looking pretty perfect. Kopetzky in the wheel looking pretty perfect. There goes Kopetzky, but Van der Poel on the left side of the road. Pogacar trying to come past, but it's going to be Romain Grégoire winning. But 2 riders of ours, maybe top 5. Yes, indeed. 4th and 5th. Fifth and third actually, so even better. And of course, third place is a podium, so I'm super happy. I gotta say, when I started this Tour de France, I did not expect to be this competitive every single stage. And being competitive in a Tour de France stage is super valuable for the team because 110 plus 70 UCI points, third and fifth, that's 180. Basically, we are cashing in at this Tour de France. Anyway, on to stage 7, a mountaintop finish for the first time at this Tour de France, and it's a medium mountaintop finish on Superplanche de Belfië with Tadej Pogacar as the favorite. And I think this will be a peloton victory, but I'll try to get Ivan Romeo in the breakaway nonetheless. Because let's be honest, from the peloton, I've got 0% chance anyway. The stage has begun. I'm trying to move up in the peloton with Romeo, with Alvarez, with everyone to try and get as many riders in the break as possible. On the right side of the road, there we go. Now with 3 riders up the road, Schwarzbacher, Kopecky and Romeo. A pretty strong second group right now with Pidcock, Storr and O'Connor are trying to bridge towards that first breakaway, but the peloton is not too far behind. And actually, despite that second group being caught, we now see that Ineos just keeps on pacing behind our 3 guys in the breakaway, so this move is useless. And it's getting caught. I'm gonna try it one last time. There goes Kopecky and Romeo as a 2-man train now. Matthias Kopecky dropped out of that breakaway. There's now a 4-man group including Romeo at the front of the race, but it's a really weak breakaway, so this breakaway is not winning. Honestly, what is even the point of being in this breakaway? My dude is completely out of energy, so I might as well wait for the peloton, chill in the peloton and just try to recover as much energy as possible because this is useless. Okay, now on the final climb, and the tempo is already brutal, so I'm losing positions left and right, and it's a pretty short climb, 6.6k at 8.6%, so positioning is quite important. To be honest, I never really believed in winning this stage, but I'm trying to get as close as possible because even a top 15 can give us UCI points. But right now, with 2.5 kilometers to go, Ivan Romeo is struggling right now to keep himself remotely in contention, so that top 15 is simply not happening. Tadej Pogacar is winning the stage with 20 seconds on Vingegaard, another 20 seconds on Roglic and Lipovic, and Romeo is trying to do his best, but he's gonna finish like 25th or 30th, which gives no UCI points, so this was not too great of a stage for us. 28th at the finish line for Ivan Romeo. What a splendid result. Ooh, stage 8 has a puncher finish with quite a bit of climbs during the parkour, but in real life this would be a breakaway stage, but on Pro Cycling Manager, this will most likely go to the peloton, I think. So, Ivan Romeo started so far back in the peloton that by the time I reach the front of the peloton, the break has already formed, so that's a bit sad. 8 riders in total, and let's see if we can bridge towards it. There we go, Alvarez and Romeo are attacking. Let's keep on pacing, boys, and the peloton. We've got a gap. We've got a gap. My group is about to get caught, and they're getting caught, so there goes my second attack with Ivan Romeo on the left side of the road together with Sean Poussin and so forth, but once again, Niels Pollitt, actually, he's sitting up. Okay, the peloton is now actually sitting up, so that's a great sign. And Romeo is making it to that front group pretty soon, so we're good. I think I might have celebrated a bit too early because my man Romeo is in the breakaway, but his yellow bar is almost empty, so I think we might get dropped here. Yeah, this breakaway is cooked and Ivan Romeo has been caught, so that breakaway adventure was very short. So yeah, if the breakaway is not working, I guess we're gonna try something from the peloton on that final small hill, but Mintegi might be the man because my man has 78 hill stat compared to Romeo with 76. Okay, 6 kilometers to go, a 4-man train led by Tercero as we speak, and he's gonna go towards 90 to keep my front position here. Mintegi in third wheel is our leader. Kopecky is there just in case he survives, but we gotta go 94, something like this, just to follow this crazy tempo by Madouas at the moment at the front of the group, but we're losing positions, and I do not like it. Last 1.8 kilometers, Romeo right now trying to move up without spending too much energy. Mintegi still in the wheel, we've got some moves on the right side of the road. I'm trying to spend my energy wisely here. There goes Mintegi, come on man, come on Mintegi, KICKR Mintegi, come on! No, it's just not happening. It is simply not happening. Tadej Pogacar wins ahead of Del Toro and McNulty, Nordhagen in 4th, Mintegi in 5th, Romeo in 6th, and we're trying to sprint with everybody to pick up as many UCI points as possible. It's actually quite funny. I'm doing my absolute best to triple stack the top 11 with 3 riders, and then you have UAE Team Emirates with 3 riders on the podium in the top 3. That is crazy. Wait a second, Ivan Romeo is in the top 10 of GC? I did not expect that. And actually, in second place when it comes to the white jersey, so on 23 seconds of Isaac Del Toro, but that guy's a pretty good climber. And Matthias Kopecki is 4th place when it comes to the green jersey, so that's good to know, but this classification does not give any UCI points, so it's not as valuable for me. And actually, talking about UCI points, one thing I'd like to see updated in this game in the future is the fact that we're now in the middle of the race, and the UCI points I've gathered so far in this race are not actually updated in the team ranking yet. So I think we're probably virtually, with the points we've scored throughout this Tour de France, already in P20 at least. I genuinely can't wait to find out at the end of this Tour de France. Okay then, time for stage 9, a mountain finish now with Tadej Pogačar as the favorite, but 180 kilometers, maybe an opportunity for the breakaway? And of course, if there is a breakaway, I want Ivan Romeo in that breakaway with a fitness peak, so pretty good form. Honestly, a lot of stuff is happening, but Ivan Romeo is now getting into the breakaway, so that is good. Can he bridge towards Matthias Kopecki here and work together with this group? That would be nice. Okay, 130 kilometers to go, and it looks like the 8-man breakaway has finally formed with some really solid climbers like G, Archie Ryan, and so forth, but Ivan Romeo is present. There's a chasing group of 9 riders, but they're about to get caught by the peloton, which is not pacing too hard, so there's an open door for a potential breakaway win, but I'm not too confident. Because, well, the gap is like 2 minutes. Just about halfway the race and the first proper climb is starting. I'm still in the breakaway, 2 minutes ahead of the peloton, so yeah, this break is not winning. Actually, I'm gonna get some free KOM points while I'm here. I'm not sure this is great news, but after my attack for those KOM points, I'm the only rider up the road together with Jarno Widar as sole chaser. Then it's the peloton on 2 minutes, so this is going pretty badly for the breakaway. Some riders have attacked from the peloton and joined Romeo up the road. Some proper climbers, Rubio, O'Connor and Van Eetveld on this second climb, and this is quite sad because I thought I was about to pick up some free KOM points, but that ain't happening. I'm getting dropped here. To be honest, I think it's time to do something ridiculous, so let's try to move up on the right side of the road in the peloton and attack with Okamika Tercero and Mintegi from the peloton and try to bridge to the breakaway. I don't know what's happening in this race. I've got a bunch of riders on the road. I don't know where they are, and I don't know what's happening. But I'll summarize what's about to happen. All these breakaway groups are about to get caught by the peloton, and Tadej Pogačar will win the stage. Just about 25k to go. The last climb is about to begin, and the breakaway is about to get caught as expected. So the only thing left to happen is Tadej Pogačar winning. With about 4 kilometers to go, the peloton is 13 riders with Tadej Pogačar in the group, and Del Toro is doing the lead out. And of course, there goes Tadej Pogačar, and he's gonna win the stage, beating his teammate in second. No, it's gonna be Jorgensen in second place, but as expected, Tadej wins. Tadej Pogačar is now leading the Tour de France by 2 minutes and 47 seconds on Jonas Vingegaard and biological passport Oyer Lascano in 3rd place. What? That aside, I think it's fair to say that we are simply not competitive in these mountain stages if these stages don't go to the breakaway. So I'm really praying to the cycling gods for a breakaway stage win soon. Like, sure, it could happen on stage 10, but 140 kilometers? I'm not sure that's long enough. I feel like the winner is once again gonna be Tadej Pogačar. The race does start off somewhat downhill, so I don't think the break will form until that first climb, so I'll try to keep the peloton together until then. Actually, 21 riders up the road. Mintegi is pacing behind them as we speak, but I don't like that idea, so what about attacking with Alvarez and Romeo across? Let's do that on 99 attack. Let's see what happens in the peloton. No pacing, so this could be the break. And to be honest, if it goes that easily, might as well try to get 3 more riders in the breakaway. What does the peloton do? Let us go. And even more riders, including Felix Gall, trying to attack towards this breakaway. Our 3 chasing group riders have almost caught up with the breakaway, so this break will be gigantic. There we go, 34 riders in this breakaway, so suddenly I do think they might have a chance. The gap is just about 5 minutes 30 at the halfway point of the race, but now we are in a valley, and I've put Alvarez and Kopecki at the front of the group to absolutely smash it, to make sure that this breakaway has the best chance possible. And I feel like it's happening. I feel like this breakaway is gonna win the stage. Okay, the final climb has begun. Megève, 21.2 kilometers at 4%, so Not exactly the steepest, but there are some steep parts in there, but it's all about staying in the draft. I'm trying to spend as little energy as possible, but still remain in the group, you know, and that's working so far with 5 minutes to the peloton with 15k to go, so I think it's still for the breakaway. Looks like we have our first attacks in the breakaway, 20 seconds on a group led by Romeo now with 10 kilometers to go. I'm spending so much energy trying to chase that down, but now everybody's attacking towards that breakaway, so I gotta make sure I'm in the wheel, and I'm not. Okay, well then, that is a bummer. I am back in the group with 6.5 kilometers to go. I did spend quite a bit of energy and I'm not looking that fantastic anymore, but still 29 riders here. There come the next attacks. These riders just keep on attacking until one rider's left over, and hopefully that's Romeo. 2.5 kilometers to go, pacing 85, trying to make it to the finish in this group to sprint, but I'm spending so much energy at the moment, so much energy, but it's only 1.5k to go, so let's try and move up on 88, something like that. Last kilometer incoming. Shall I sprint soon? Almost. Let's move up, let's move up, let's move up. Is this our time? Is this our moment? Is this our time? Is this our moment? Yes, it is! Ivan Romeo! He does it! He wins on Megève, takes a second stage win at the Tour de France for Siroko for Endurance. What a victory! It's so beautiful! Look at our man on the podium of the Tour de France. Ivan Romeo strikes again. And I gotta say, I did not see it coming, because with 3 kilometers to go, I thought it was over for us, but no, we won. But of course, Tadej Pogacar is still in yellow. After the way we struggled at the Giro d'Italia, I did not expect to be this competitive at the Tour de France, but we brought our two best riders and they both delivered. Matthias Kopetzky in stage 4 and Ivan Romeo in stage 10. Two nice stage wins. And actually, we are only halfway this Tour de France, so more is possible. With some pretty epic stages like Col du Granon, Alpe d'Huez, and Otakam still on the menu. But all of that is for next time. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye!